Peyton literally set the tone every single day. And people came here, people like Aqib and Emmanuel Sanders and TJ Ward, they came to Denver to play with Peyton and to win. So Peyton would set the tone in terms of practice and how you approach things. But then when you have an Aqib Talib who comes from a New England and sees what it's like to prepare in that way, and then he brings that and he brings his knowledge and the way these guys would study film. And Talib is one of those players, if you play against him in practice, you would wonder if you're on the same team. And then when you get out there on Sunday, though, if you wear the same colors as him, he's got your back no matter what. I don't know, Justin, what do you think?
No doubt. Nah, he does. I never shared this story publicly, but I'm gonna share it now. I'll never forget. This is when I was like, oh, he actually has my back. Like, you know, because Aqib's one of those guys, like Benny said, like when you're in practice and like he's so passionate and he loves the game so much that it comes off sometimes like, yo, like, are we good? Like, I gotta, you know what I mean? So there was a lot of that in practice. Like, I'm a young guy, and as a safety, like I gotta make the calls, and you know, I'm giving calls to Aqib, Chris, TJ, like, you know, like I'm telling like Todd, I'm telling Brandon Marshall, I got to tell Vaughn to drop, you know, he's just a Super Bowl MVP. I'm like, Vaughn, you got to drop. And he's like, man, shut up, man. I know what I'm doing. You know what I mean? Like, so I'm saying all that to say, like, I'll never forget, we were playing in Miami, and we're on the sideline and we make an adjustment, and Aqib looks at me, he goes, hey, don't do that. Do what I told you to do. And now it's my second year. What am I going to do? Am I going to do what my defensive coordinator tells me to do, or am I going to do what Aqib tells me to do? So I go out there, the things that stress you out in year two. So I go out there and I do what Aqib tells me to do, and we make the play. We get off the field, and my DC wasn't happy. Man, don't go out there doing your own stuff. What the, you know, beep, 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 beep. And Aqib comes over, helmet off. Hey, don't you? And then starts going at him like, I told him to do that. Hey, Jay, like has my back, and I'm like, oh. So it's crazy, like so when you're talking about like,
that's cool,
culture, leadership, like that's what it looks like, right? And then there was no bad blood. Like those things happen on the sideline all the time. We see it with Tom Brady and, you know, Peyton Manning, and all the greats have those interactions with players and coaches. But yeah, that's my quick little Aqib story. Got plenty of them, but that's the one I'm gonna share.